Hey Soy fam, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Soy here, and I'm back with another video for you, my Soy fam. Alright guys, so have you ever visited a country, whether it's for just for vacation, to study, or for work, and is it what you expected from that country? Well, today I am going to be talking about one of my experiences when I traveled to a country, and I'm going to talk about some of the culture shock, some of the things that was shocking to me when I visited that country. So let's get into the video.
A few moments later.
So I visited China, and that is the first country that I'm going to talk about in this series. I haven't visited a lot of country. I didn't. I love traveling, and there are a lot of countries or islands that I want to explore, but my list is still small. All right, so for the purpose of this video, I'll be talking about China. I had the opportunity to visit China back in 2017, and I went there for 3 weeks, and it was an experience. To me, it was amazing. I really want to go back to China to get footage one for my YouTube and just to experience it all over again. It was truly amazing. I really enjoyed China. So while I was in China, I visited two parts. I mainly was based in Beijing, and then for a week I went to Nanping. All right, so these were the two places. Um, if you guys want a story time as to my trip in China, I can do a video on that. But for the purpose of this video, it is just to list the different things that was shocking to me. So let's go on. For number one, the thing was the people. My experience was quite, what did I say? Quite an experience, I should say. The people of China, they're very kind. They may come off as rude. It depends on your race. And as you know, as you can see, I am black. Right? So in China, there are not a lot of black people, or there are not a lot of other cultures, other people, there as much. I mean, I'm sure they're seeing different people, but just the mere fact that they're not exposed to certain things, whether it be on TV or seeing people like myself and other races there as often, it was quite interesting to get around and everything. People would be staring in awe. They would be trying to take a lot of pictures with me and the people in the group at that time. So it was, the people were just interested in terms of their reaction towards seeing me and seeing other people, because of our race, and because they're not exposed to it as much. And this is not talking about all Chinese people. Obviously, when I studied in another country, I had Chinese friends. I'm talking about the people who are based in China and have no real life experience, and as to know what to expect. That's the people I'm talking about. Number two would be the different things that you can find in shops. Like in Grenada, when you go to the shops, there are clothing shops, there are household shops, there are different things that you can find. But in China, most of the shops, or most of the places that you can go and shop, whether it's for anything, you can mostly find everything in there. So we went to I think that was Nanping, and while we were in Nanping, we were walking on the sidewalk, and one of the things that we saw in the front of a store was a big jar, and it was like a snake in the big jar. And you guys, I don't know if I told you guys, but I am terrified of any critters that crawl on their belly, which snake is one of them. So it was so fascinating to see like a dead snake um, in a jar right over there. I have to say, I'm not sure if it was for sale or what they do with it, but that was one example. Another example was when I went into the supermarket, also in Nanping, there were fall food. Okay, so in Grenada we do eat fall food, and I love fall food, right? In soup, but the fall food was in a package. Like you get a package with a snack. So the fall food was a snack basically that you can buy and eat right there. Okay, so that was interesting to me because I've never seen that before. And that's just two examples of the things that you can find in in stores, in shops. Number three on the list is the lack of diverse people. So going back to the first part, the Chinese people were kind and friendly, but they reacted in a certain way. And because they reacted that way, because they don't have a wide variety of people. Hear me talking about people like if it's a platter, a wide variety. This is what I'm saying. It doesn't have a wide variety. Well, I'm saying it again. It doesn't have a wide range of diversity in China. Yes, we have people from Grenada going to China to study. We have people from all different parts of the world that go to China to study, but it is not something that is common in most parts. Okay, and you may say, okay, because I was in Nanping, that's more countryside. It happened to us in Beijing as well. Okay, it happened. As soon as they saw us, they whoop out their cameras to take pictures. My friend and I were saying maybe they wanted to show like people at home. Oh, I saw this person today. Oh, I saw this person today. We were just making fun, making light of the situation. We went to a light show and we even had people coming up and saying Queen Latifah to me. It's like it's crazy. Like I know I'm not Queen Latifah. I know I don't look like Queen Latifah, but that just shows that they don't have that in their society. They don't have black people as much in the society, or white people, or whatever race you may be. They don't have that. So the people that they know, they refer to all the people in that race as that person. So number four is technology. So if you go to China, you need to download VPN. Okay, otherwise all your apps, your Facebook, your TikTok, all of these things, it will not be able to work as much. And I'm not sure for nowadays, but when I went in 2017, I needed to download my VPN because I wanted to get in touch with my family. And I had a boyfriend at the time, so obviously you want to chat with your boyfriend or your significant other. So I had to download VPN in order to use it. And I think it's still for some of the apps today, they don't work. And some of the TV shows, well, the TV shows is based on them in a country. So you won't find Nollywood films showing in China unless you have VPN and then you have access to that part of the internet where you can find these things. Number five is different medicine. We had the opportunity to go to one of the hospitals there when I went to China, and the hospital offered its people, the people who visit or who are patients there, they offered modern medicine or traditional medicine. So that's an option there, and that was like wow, that's interesting because in Grenada, yes, we have our traditional things that our ancestors use, but it's not much of an option when you go to our hospital. So that was a bit different for me. All right, the next one is food. Now, as I told you before, the different things you can find in the convenience stores or supermarkets, they're different than what we have. And we know the Chinese food, they have different things that we have in the Caribbean or have in the different parts of the world, because different people have different food, and you're known for different things. So Chinese food, to me, I didn't get as much of the local food when I was there, so I cannot talk on that part really. But I had a lot of restaurant food, and I know I don't want to base this video and say, oh, I had restaurant food, so I had local Chinese food, because I don't know what the local people eat much of. Okay, this is just me. I had restaurant food, so we had duck, and that is not a part of our cuisine here in Grenada. It's not like, you have chicken all the time or fish all the time. So I had duck for the first time in China. um if you want to know more about it, I can always do a story time for that. But then I had it had other food that I was not gonna mess with, because for one, I'm not sure how it's going to have an impact on me while I was there. So the meals that I was having at the hotel where I stayed was basic, where it was either fried rice with egg, or just white rice, or I would have vegetables. I had a lot of fruits. Watermelon was one of the main fruits. And then they had something kind of like bakes for us here in Grenada, but it was not called that, obviously, but it tastes similar to bakes. And yeah, and then I had like a lot of juice, well, their type of juice. And that was, yeah, that was basically what I ate there, because I did. Oh, and I ate a lot of shrimps also, because I didn't want to mess with the other things and not being sure. But their food is really different, even if it was not the traditional food, but whatever we had, it was different than what I'm used to here. However, they have a lot of fast food, um, that you can find, or where I was, that we could find, and but they were not the same. And obviously, because they have different seasoning, they have different franchise, and with franchise, they are able to use different things to add. Okay, so I had KFC, and I can from that Grenada's KFC is better, because of the spices and the different things that we add to our KFC here. Although I can't have it anymore. Sadly, maybe I can go to China and have their KFC, because I can't have pepper. I can't have hot stuff. As of my last visit to the doctors. Anyways, let's continue going on with my experience in China. All right, another culture shock is dress. I was here in Grenada, and while I'm preparing for my trip to China, I was thinking, okay, the people there would have on their traditional dress, or traditional wear that they usually use all the time while they're out. And I was in a big shock, because they dress like us. They dress similar to us here in Grenada. So I was like, I mean, I saw some people with their traditional wear, but that is not when they were, out in the streets. They probably were a part of a show, or a part of different things. So that was something that I'm like, okay, don't judge, or don't think about things that you just see on TV and that's how it is. No, they actually dress like us. All right, and the last thing I'm going to talk about as a culture shock for me visiting China are the different places that you can go to get fake things. Like, they brought us to three places where you can get fake brands of fake electronic devices, or fake, just anything fake. So I'm laughing because, oh, I had an experience there. Anyway, so yeah, you can go. I think it's the Pearl Market is one of them. I can't remember the others, their names right now. But yeah, I went to a couple of them, because the people who we were with, they took us there. And the amount of things that you can get that are fake, it's it's not even funny, but it was an experience. Like, it's not, it's like malls with different shops inside that have these things. I remember I went in there, and I was looking around, and the first thing, I know I wanted to always make videos and post on YouTube. So I was like, okay, let me go find a camera. So I found a GoPro and the stand. I'm actually using the stand now. To film, so at least that worked. But the GoPro that I had, or what I bought, it's not real. So obviously the quality is fake. But I still have that learning experience. I did, however, bought an iPhone also, and that was crap. Because it's not real. They have, because they make these products there. They have, they, I guess they tweak different things, and it was not, yes, the body looked like an iPhone, but the function and everything, I've never seen that in any other phone. So I can't talk down on any other phone, guys. So yeah, just be careful if you're traveling there. Be careful of what you're buying, because obviously you're getting things that are way cheaper than you know certain things would be. So obviously they won't work as they should, or they won't give off that authentic vibe or energy. Another thing that I bought was, when I went in there, it had a place that was selling jade stuff. So it was an earring and bracelets, and I went in there and I wanted that. So they were saying it was real pearl, buy it, you know. And they're very good at bargaining. So like they'll be like, okay, 20 yuan, and I was be like, I only have 10 yuan, and they were like, no. I was like, okay, and I'm going, and they were like, come. Okay, I'll give you for 10 yuan and whatever. It was a fun experience. I really enjoyed China, and that's why I want to go back. But yeah, they were bargaining. They know their stuff is not worth the amount that they're calling for it. But people that are naive, like me, because they gobble me up with that go. That's besides the point. Yeah, they really, and they make money. Trust me, they make money. So she was like, it's real. Just put it on your teeth, because you know if you have pollen, it's real. It gives that tingling or pulling thing on your teeth. If you know, if you didn't know, now you know. You get your 10% for the day. Anyways, let's get back. So yeah, and then I was like, she was like, yeah, put it. I was like, no, because in my head I don't want to be like, okay, other people putting their mouth on it, you know. So I didn't. I was like, no, thank you. And she was calling prices yuan. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it wrong, but that's what I remember. Um, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you this and this certain amount, and then I did bought it. Another thing I bought was a bag. That bag, I still have it today, so at least it lasts. But there's stuff like that, pretty much they last. Is the electronics and the jewelry, is a no. I won't recommend it. But bags and stuff, oh, they, yes, you know it's fake, because the bag I have is a Prada bag. Um, but it's a backpack, a small backpack for my, well, obviously my back, but I still have it. It's just showing sign of wear and tear, but it works. I brought back bags and stuff for my family members. I'm not sure the state is in now, but for the stuff that I have, it still works. So that's the end of the video. Some of the shocking stuff that I found out when I traveled to China. If you need a part 2 of this video, let me know down below. There's a lot more. If you want me to do other countries that I've been to, and you want to know culture shock, I'll do that too, although I plan on doing it anyways. But if you have a country in mind, if I've been there, then yes, I'll do it. But any other content that you want to see from me, please let me know, because your help is needed. Just no spicy food, because I can't have that. Anyways, guys, please remember to stay safe and stay blessed, and I would see you guys in the next video. Toodaloo!